Robert Axelrod, The Evolution of Cooperation, Revised Edition. Delve into the intriguing world of mating and human relationships as we explore Robert Axelrod's The Evolution of Cooperation, Revised Edition. The book summarizes key biological, psychological, and cultural factors that influence mating choices and strategies. Expect to uncover insights into the preferences of both genders in choosing mates, tactics to attract and retain love, and reasons behind conflict and jealousy. With a blend of evolutionary perspective and practical examples, the summary breaks down complex human behavior into a digestible and engaging form.
The Science of Romance. Evolutionary psychology provides insights into how and why conflict arises in the mating game. In The Descent of Man, Charles Darwin identified two mechanisms: competition for a mate and preference for certain traits in a mate, that drive the selection of characteristics passed on to the next generation. Peacocks with beautiful plumage illustrate how a preference for certain traits can result in a reproductive advantage. By understanding these survival strategies, we gain a deeper understanding of why mating can be both fascinating and frustrating. Women's mate selection criteria. Women's limited fertilization capacity has always been a critical factor in mate selection. Throughout history, women have chosen men with the material ability to support their families. Recent studies suggest that women prioritize financial prosperity when seeking a partner. Women prefer men who are educated, dependable, ambitious, intelligent, compatible, strong, healthy, high-spirited, loving, and committed. These attributes signify status, resources, and protectiveness, which enhance their chances of fertility success. Though marrying an older man carries the threat of widowhood, age denotes status and resources, making older men more attractive. In general, social rank, success, and education are critical in communist and socialist countries, among blacks and Orientals, Catholics, Jews, in the tropics, and the northern climates. Women seek partners who share their values, intelligence, and group memberships, as conflicts are costly in relationships. Ultimately, the devotion of men leads to fruitful benefits for women, and so women prefer men who show commitment. Men's evolutionary preference for women. Men's preference for qualities that signify a woman's reproductive value is driven by evolution. Men have an inclination towards women who exhibit traits such as youthfulness, physical attractiveness, and faithfulness. Cross-culturally, men tend to choose younger women, with a waist-to-hip ratio of 0.7, which affirms a woman's fertility. Men prioritize their partner's beauty more than women do. They prefer premarital chastity and postmarital loyalty to ensure procreation is safeguarded. Ultimately, these preferences are men's evolutionary adaptation to increase their offspring's chances of survival. Sex and the evolutionary advantage. According to evolutionary research, men are naturally inclined towards casual sex as it fits their mating strategy, but women are less inclined towards it. However, in certain historical circumstances, women engaged in casual affairs to survive and gain protection. Women also used such occasions to diagnose their competitive value on the mating market and appraise a potential husband's personality and compatibility. They may have chosen a committed, less desirable partner and turned to a more desirable man if he could provide better genes. Infidelity is a result of this inherited tendency towards mate switching. Extramarital affairs can help women find a substitute husband if their partner is infertile or becomes ill, injured, or dies. Women may test a new man before leaving their spouse, and this is a predominant reason for extramarital liaisons today. Such affairs also make women feel better about themselves and encourage them to end their current relationships. Women with anxious/ambivalent attachment style, who fear intimacy might drive men away, are likeliest to have affairs, according to the author's findings. The psychology of attraction. In his book, the author highlights the different attraction tactics men and women use. Men mainly focus on showing off their wealth, status, commitment, athleticism, and self-confidence to impress women, while women often modify their physique, play hard to get, use sexual signals, and act submissive. The author explains that these behaviors are the result of biological and evolutionary factors, and criticizing them would be akin to criticizing a preference for meat. The author also notes the importance of context and cultural differences in attraction tactics. For instance, physical prowess is essential for attracting women in the Yanomamo society, but not necessarily in modern Western culture. Overall, the book offers insight into the complex and sometimes mysterious ways in which humans choose their mates. Relationship strategies. Long-term relationships can be beneficial for both genders, but competitors may try to steal a mate or disrupt the relationship. Insects have physical mechanisms to prevent their mates from sexual interaction with rivals. Humans, on the other hand, have evolved complex psychological mechanisms, including jealousy, to protect their relationships. Men become jealous over infidelity, while women feel jealous when their partner becomes emotionally distracted. People use several strategies to keep their mates, including emotional manipulation, public marking, vigilance, concealing a mate, and even genital mutilation in some cultures. While some tactics may be positive, others may be harmful and reflect the initial behaviors that drew them to their partner. Sexual strategies and relationship conflicts. Sexual strategies between men and women often clash, leading to conflicts in relationships. Men become frustrated with the time women spend selecting a mate, and may mistake female friendship for sexual interest. Women, on the other hand, complain about their partner's lack of emotional openness, while men dislike women's moodiness. Men and women also differ in their reliability expectations, with women wanting more time with their partner, while men think their partner wants too much time. It's important to recognize these differences to avoid misunderstandings and build successful relationships. The evolution of marital separation. In the past, widowhood and succession mattered, so replacing a spouse was logical to ensure procreation. Today, infertility and infidelity are the leading causes of separation. Infertility breaks the promise of procreation, and in some cultures, having children legally affirms marriages. Meanwhile, infidelity, especially by women, threatens spousal resources. In the past, women struggled to survive alone, making a mate necessary. Today, a mate is dispensable. The mating game. The value of men and women in the mating game changes as they age. Men are perceived as attractive by women despite their age, whereas a woman's reproductive capacity limits her appeal to men. The grandmother theory suggests that menopause allowed women to focus on parenting, not reproduction. These changes happen early in humans compared to other mammals. Mating choices and past relationships. The book argues that despite evolutionary and psychological impact, mating choices are primarily individualistic. Individuals growing up in unstable relationships tend to mate and reproduce early. In contrast, those raised in harmonious homes tend to have longer relationships and delay having children. The author explains that men historically sought women with status and resources, leading to male dominance in society. Women typically formed looser bonds mainly for the care of children. Despite feminist opposition to patriarchal structures, the system could be a result of women's quest for high-status mates. As Mae West put it, men like women with a past because they hope history will repeat itself. Evolving sexual psychology. In the field of evolutionary psychology, researchers are examining complex questions about sexuality. One such question involves understanding homosexuality, which has proved difficult to explain. Another question involves the evolution of female sexuality, specifically why women have orgasms. According to the Mr. Right hypothesis, female orgasms may be a selection device for picking genetically valuable sperm. Further research has suggested that women have orgasms more often with attractive or long-term partners. Scientists are also considering whether rape is an evolved strategy or a side effect of male procreation. They are exploring the psychological adaptations that females have developed to protect themselves against rape.
In conclusion, The Evolution of Cooperation, Revised Edition, offers a comprehensive understanding of the underlying psychological mechanisms and evolutionary adaptations that shape human mating behavior. Men and women exhibit different strategies, preferences, and tactics in their search for a suitable partner. The complex interplay of biology, psychology, and culture influences mate selection, attraction, and relationship dynamics. By understanding these factors, and exploring themes such as jealousy, conflict, and infidelity, Axelrod provides a multifaceted perspective on the ever-fascinating topic of human mating and relationships.